painted flower family. And this month is just so gorgeous. So I'm just going to pop it up here. This one is the Coral Sunset. So it is in the peony family. And you can see that we have that beautiful bunch of peonies there, really quite large and a good one to colour. So we are going to be colouring this today. We may do a little, well, we will be doing a spot of watercolour for this one. And I'm thinking that we're going to keep it quite soft or maybe go vibrant. I'm not sure. Let me know. But we are going to do a little bit of heat embossing for this one. Sorry, I've got a hair somewhere and it seems to be in my eyesight, but I can't find it anywhere. So hello there, everyone. The lovely Joanna will be behind the alt new badge today. Thank you so much for joining me, Joanna, and she will be popping in all of the links. Also, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the alt new store. So hello there, everyone. Hey, Sue, Stacey, Samara, Elizabeth, and Zita. I all hope that you are really, really well. So I am going to pop you guys down so you can see the stamp a little bit closer and then see what we're going to do with it as well. So I'm just going to pop you down on my screen. Sorry, it does take a little bit of fiddling around with, but we should be good to go there. Okay. So everyone, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. It does mean a lot to us that you are here with us. So thank you for being here too. Sorry, I did break my camera before I started, so I do hope that it is nice and straight because it's kind of just squidged on at the minute. So this is the Painted Flower Coral Sunset, and you can see that you've got a bunch of 3 beautiful peonies here with lots of different sentiments here as well. This is one of the subscriptions that we do have, which is the Painted Flower. So these will always be 4 by 6 inches, oops, and they will be an outline stamp set, so you can use all of your favorite coloring mediums on them. Hello there, Carla, Nancy, Darlene, Harry, and Linda. I hope that you're all good. Oh, Sue, I'm so glad that you got to see your little grandson. That's ever so cute. Okay, I'm just going to grab some cardstock. I want some watercolor cardstock. The one that I do have is the one from Alt New, and this is the one that's already been cut to size. So it is 50% cotton and it is cold pressed. Normally when you get a cold pressed, it is quite texturous, but this one is kind of like smooth white cardstock. It's really, really good. It's my favorite one of all. So I am gonna I'm gonna do the same layout as this one, I think, but we'll do it a little less messy, shall we? So we could do 2. Yeah, let's go with 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 and then I'm gonna do exactly the same on the other. So I'll grab myself another piece of cardstock. Yeah, we may as well. They might not take as long as I think they're gonna take, so. And I'm going to add some anti-static powder, aka baby talc, onto my sheet so we can do a little bit of embossing. Also, when I do use my talc, I can also use it on my hands so I don't kind of get mucky fingerprints everywhere, which I normally do. Grab myself some scrap paper over to the side. Pretty dark down there today, so I'll pop that on. And I'm going to take a big block. And before I start, I will take my stamping mat because it does really help me stamp really well. I always forget to use it. This is a really, really pretty stamp set. I am loving this. I do love a peony. Like me, this one may be one to go for. So I'm going to go with my embossing ink from Alt New. One of them I am going to emboss with the pure white, and the other one I'm going to go for rose gold. Let's go for it. So I'm giving it a good old squidge. You do find that your embossing ink is getting quite dry, not as tacky. We do have re-inkers, so you can re-ink it. down. I always feel like I need to hum and sing when I'm crafting, but I know that it probably won't be that appreciated by everyone at home, so I try to rein myself in. I'm going to go with the gold for this one. Okay, top it off so you get all the excess off. I'm going to need my heat tool on. Liz, I do agree with you. I just wish that they flowered for longer. Okay, there is one. Maybe we just do the tops. Yeah, we're going to just do the tops on these. Just get rid of this. It's not, it wouldn't have been the first time if I do knock this all over the place, because embossing powder does tend to get everywhere. Okay, I'll just make sure I knock that gold off, maybe add a little bit of that on. So that's just baby powder if you weren't here at the start. And then again, ink it up. I'm going to go for a rainbow one, and then one like maybe really dark tones. Let's see. Let's see how things pan out. So you don't necessarily have to use the whole of the stamp. You can kind of pick the places that you want. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to go with the white. And he embosses. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone, and for spending your time with us this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I know that time zones can be a little tricky. I'm not the greatest at time zones myself. Okay, so I've got the one that is white, and I think this one is going to take the most time to dry, so I'm going to go with that one first. I have a palette from Altenew, so this is the small palette. I have some water, and I also have my brushes from Altenew. So I'm going to do my usual trick of, because I'm going to be adding water all over the front of this one, I am going to add water all the way over the back. This is the back side, and then when I do pop that on, it's going to kind of stick to that palette that we have there, and it's also going to stop it from curling up as much too. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, adding that water on. I am a little bit frugal, so I do like to not use as much tape as maybe other people do. I'd rather use a little bit of water to keep that panel down there. Okay, so I've got it down. Hopefully you can see that we've got the flowers at the top, but I am going to swirl them around so that at the bottom I have my 24 pan set with my favorite. I'm just going to some water. See them? Today this ink, this squeezy bottle seems to be working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Seems I've got it on a good day today. Hi there, Badger. Okay, so I'm going to be doing, oops, the daisy. Yeah, I maybe should clean off my brushes before I put them away. That might be a good idea. Make sure I've got water down there. Please keep that down. I need to do a little bit of, there we go. I'll keep it. Okay. Hopefully that's clean now. Nope. Really didn't clean that off very well at all. Hopefully we should be okay. So I am going to start with this pinky tone. So this is the Cherry Blossom. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, I do love that little trick of just adding that watercolor down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some paint on, just move it all the way up. And I'm just going to let it kind of do what it wants to do at the top. So it's just going to bleed out from there. I'm going to add some orange in. I think I maybe took it a bit too far up there. So I'm just going to remove some of that paint. Add a little bit more water. There we go. I'm happy with that now. Not as dark. A little bit of water to the orange. Help it move upwards. Yellow. I'm going with the Summer Afternoon. Kind of moving it up from the bottom. I'm going to add some more water to that. I love how the little vines and colours that you get at the top. The green. This one is the Rainforest, one of my favourites in this watercolour set. And a bit of water, just to try and get it moving. So when I'm doing these rainbow, I'm trying not to let the colours that are across the colour wheel touch each other. So the orange and the green would make a brown, and the green and the purple would make a brown also. So those colours I'm really trying to keep apart from each other. I have some shades of purple. I did have a bit of green on my brush, so that's kind of muted that purple down. I'm going to need to bring it wider. Some blue. So this one is the Crystal Water. That's that side, and also over to this side too. I normally put a teal colour in the middle there, you know, lagoon colour. Sometimes I just can't help myself. And then, because we're kind of repeating the pattern again, I'm going to add some purple down at the bottom there. What I'm going to do is get that moving a bit. And over the side. Okay, so it doesn't really look like a lot at the minute, but what I'm going to do is I am going to pop that over to the side to dry. Okay, hopefully it'll be kind of dry by the time we finish. Oh, we have this one. Does anyone have a preference of the color of peonies that we're going to go for today? Please let me know. Otherwise, it will be my usual. Either pink or lagoon. What I'm going to do is I will start with doing the leaves while I get some colours suggestions. So I'm just going to go with this one, which is the tropical forest. So I've added some water down into the leaf. Oh, we have a purple suggestion. Okay, we'll do a pink and purple one. Okay, so I'm just adding the leaves in first. So because we do have that heated boss in there, it's kind of like a barrier, and it won't let the watercolor go out of it. Like, no, that's where you're living today. You can stay in there, all nice and cozy. I mean, he's quite happy there. He doesn't need to go wandering off. More water. If you want to really darken this up, you can maybe add a touch of brown to the base of that. And that will really give some great shading too. I will move you guys down a touch. Okay, so we're going to go with purple. I'm just going to flip this around so we can see the purple side. I will mix my own little purple. So I'm going to go into here, which has got a, no, I'm not. It's got orange, and that would not be great. I'm just going to wipe off some of that. There you go. The cleanest that's been for a while. And I'm going to grab some purple. When painting like this, I do tend to use the palettes. So if I do mix a color, I kind of got enough for the whole piece rather than trying to mix the colors all the time. Go with a bit of it too. Ooh, okay. I'm going to add more of the purple so I can add some shading. So that's down there too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a clean tissue because that doesn't look like it's going to be much use at the minute. Sorry, everyone. Seen all the dog hairs on my jumper. Okay, so I'm going to add some clean, clear water down when I get my brush clean. I'm not too worried that we've got that colour on there. Kind of a really pretty colour. I'm trying not to add it too far into the middle because that's going to be green where these stamens are. You can see just how pigmented these are. I didn't need a lot of colour on those brushes to really go. I think that's supposed to be a leaf, but now it's a petal, and this is a petal from another flower down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now that I've got it covered, I'm just going to add in some of this darker tone around the base of each of the petals. And you can see you don't really need to be too perfect for this. The water is going to do most of the job for you. You've already got that water down. It was easy enough to pop down, but we're just adding some darker tones to them. If you did want it lighter, you know, just add some more water to it. Okay, because that's a pinky tony flower. I will add more of the purple to this next one. A bit more. Okay, that's really, really purple. You can really play around with these. Okay, right. I want to really water this down so I can kind of go over the whole of the flower like before. think this colour is like raspberry. So if you have the inks, that's kind of what that colour is reminding me of at the minute. And this one probably was the Cosmic Berry. So you can really play around with these watercolours to kind of create the shades that you want. Again, just adding the colour to the base. And because we've got that kind of boundary down there from the embossing, kind of keeps it all in place, keeps it a little bit more controlled. If you are just starting out with watercoloring and you did want it a little bit more controlled, I would recommend doing some heat embossing first to kind of keep you in the places that you want to go. Okay, we have another leaf down there that I want to do. I do want to add a little bit more darkness to these ones. Kind of just dropping it in, moving it around. Oh, really, Lydia? Beautiful. I'd love to do mine like teal, but I'm not brave enough. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to add those more leaves in that we have down here. And I know that we've got some more stems too. Okay. Okay, while that's drying, I am going to add a bit more drama to this one. So I'm just going to turn it around. And oops, I'm going to add some water to the back piece. I'm going to go with, oh, no, Starry Night. Oh, Starry Night looking. Oh, okay, this might be right. This one is Starry Night. Again, because we have that heat embossing, is going to keep it within for us. This brush does keep a lot of water in it, so be very careful. This is the number 3 from Ultimate. It does come to a really narrow point, really delicate, detailed point, so you can really get into those little corners there. Really getting in. You see just how great it is. We get into these little landlocked pieces here with that really dark blue. Yeah, going on. And this really does help cover any bits that did kind of accidentally go outside the lines. Sorry if I go quiet. I am concentrating. Trying to be as quick as possible, but also as tidy. Okay, so we have all of that color down. So I'm really going to add a lot of that paint. Okay, again around that. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to pull that paint out. I'm going to add a border. Okay. I think I might want to use this. I always say, right, when I do my next watercolor, I'm not going to add as much water down so it can actually dry. And then I do things like sometimes I wish I would take my own advice, but I very seldom follow it. Let's move down. Now I'm singing that song. Okay. There we go. I'm not loving this really dark kind of edge going into that. So I'm just going to kind of move that around. Pull it down if you feel that you need to. It will pull. Oh, no worries, Connie. It'll be on replay. Okay. So now that I have that done, I can add some green into those centers. I do feel that things are dry enough for me to add those centers in now. And you can see how much this is warped because I didn't add any water under it. It's all buckled up, but I will show you, oh, missed bits on that. But I will show you the other one to kind of show you the difference between them. Okay. Clean my brush and then I find a piece that I haven't done. Okay. If you want to brighten that up, you can always add a touch of yellow into that too. Okay. Oh, I think we're good on that one. I will need to remember to wash my brushes properly for next time. Out the way. Okay, so I'm finished with this now, so I will move that and bring this in because I do need to do a touch of heat setting on both of them. Oops. The colours that I used, Connie, were the 24 pan sets. So I'm just going to quickly give these a heat over. I do normally let them dry naturally. I do find that's better for the taste and also the heat too. So, what do you think of the Paint a Flower Coral Sunset? Is it one of your favourites? Have you already added it to baskets? I would love to know. Also, what do you find easiest when you are colouring the painted flowers? Do you like the larger flowers or do you like the smaller flowers? Sorry, everyone. It does take a while to heat sections. That was okay. This one did have quite a lot more water lines. That purple isn't as strong as I wanted it to be, but I'm just trying to get this tool. Sorry, everyone. I know that it's taking forever. Sorry. All right. Okay. I'm going to go with that's okay for me. Now, I would try and clean these lines up a bit. I would normally do it with a not so wet baby wipe, but I don't have a not so wet one because I didn't leave one out. So kind of leave your baby wipe out off to the side a little bit. Yeah, a new bed is really good though. So we can get that white pop off. I'm kind of more of a dabber when I do this rather than a move arounder. But you can see that you can clean the watercolor off the white lines to get more of a pop on there. And this is the kind of card that I would probably have going from the top. Otherwise, you could have it going from the bottom as well. Yeah, Donna, I believe that the the bigger flowers are easier too, especially when you're just starting out on coloring. Okay, I'm going to move that off to the side. It needs to go off to the side. So here are the two cards that we created. Remember, we did do exactly the same thing with the stamp. We kind of stamped it off the page. This one we did in some beautiful gold embossing. So we've got a really opulent card there. And then this one we went for some white and then the rainbow watercolor on there. So really different looks. I also did it with a little bit of a messy watercolors, but this time I did it both sides and I just stamped that in obsidian. So you can really play around with this one, create really different cards with the same kind of layout as well. So we've got two there, we've got one at the top, one at the bottom, so you can really play around that. So I am going to move you guys up now. We did get through two cards. Oh, the only thing that we do need to add is the sentiment, but you can really find your own best place for your sentiment. I know that a lot of people have a lot of different ways for adding sentiments on. Maybe if you wanted to put a sentiment die on there, so you can cover over that embossed image as well. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me. It has been so lovely seeing you all your little avatars at the side. So thank you for joining me. And also, if you did want a little bit more inspiration on this one, please go and check out the blog today and you'll get a couple more inspiration little pieces there. Again, everyone, thank you. Thank you to the lovely Joanna for popping in all of the links. You are a superstar. And we will see you again this week. See you soon. Bye-bye.